want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. That's a direct order. Do it now.
He's been put down, ripped off, cut open. Now he's unleashed. The American insurgency starts now. This is Rusty Humphries, Rebellion Radio.
Hello, my brother from another mother. How are you? My sister from another mister. Hello, welcome. It's a very important night. It's a very powerful story that is going on right now. My name is Rusty Humphries. This is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. We are powered by the nice folks at Right Wing News. You can watch us at Right Wing News. You can watch us with Liberty One TV. You can hear the podcast at Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, if they're still in business. They went bankrupt today, which is a big story, and I'll try to fill you in on what that means to your favorite talk shows like Rush Limbaugh and Sean Hannity coming up in a couple of minutes. We're going to do me your favors, check in. I'm going to read your let me do check-ins first, then we're going to get to the story. The proof that liberals are wrong. I mean, they're always wrong. We know that. That's not a shocker. The shocker is that we're going to tell you the truth. We're going to show you the truth. We need you to share this video, share the video, share the video, share the video. Have you shared the video? Share the video so that your friends, even liberal friends, might see the truth that I'm talking about. I'm not trying to talk down to anybody. The gun control thing is a very emotional issue, and we're going to get to it. It's important. It's coming up in a minute. Michael is there. Sue is checking in from Paulding, Ohio. Mitchell is in Florida, South Florida. How you doing, brother? I hope you didn't get caught up in that bridge falling down today. Oh, terrible, terrible story. Sorry about what happened there. Steven's there in Texas. Nancy's in Wisconsin. Janie's in New Hampshire. David is in Oklahoma. Annette is a Connecticut deplorable. Rolly is there. Reese is checking in. Steven's checking in. Loretta's in Tennessee. Carr, hey, y'all, been a while. How you doing, Carr? Good to see you. John is there. Ted is in Washington State. Stephen in Rossville, Georgia. Steve, good to see you, my friend. Roger, preach on, Rusty. Roger from North Carolina. T. Wayne is there. Rolly's in Orange County, New York. Chris is in Sholo, Arizona. Jack is from Henrietta, Texas. Scott in Arkansas. Rob checking in, says loves the show. Thank you, Rob. Myra's there. Gregory has shared the video. And John from St. John's, Arizona. Melody from Pace, Florida. Now, again, very important to share the video. Thumbs ups and hearts are nice. Comment. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll try to keep up on the stories. But also very important, if you please follow me in the HearMeOut app. Download it to your phone and follow me. Okay, so just a little while ago today, video footage showing that the sheriff's deputy was indeed, or the police officer that showed up on the scene was indeed a coward. And what we have heard time and time and time again from liberals, oh yes, hi, it's Lefty Rusty here, hello. You conservatives are so mean because you want to have guns, and guns kill people. What we do is just wait, get rid of all the guns, and the police will be there, and they will take care of everything. Just get out of the way and let the police do their job. Thank you, Lefty Rusty. But you're wrong. And this video shows why you're wrong, and let's get into it here. Again, 2:21 p.m., February 14th. If you're listening to the podcast, I'm sorry I can't show you the video, but you can find it on my Facebook page, Rusty Humphries. Here we go. An armed man enters Building 12 at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Deputy Scott Peterson is alerted. See, he's right there. They're running to the thing. He's the only armed guard on campus. They get him in a golf cart, speeding away like Speed Racer. 2:23 p.m. They're going. Now they're running. Peterson takes position approximately 100 feet from the entrance to Building 12. See him there in the upper left-hand corner. Here's Peterson's position. 2:24 p.m. The shooting goes on for another 4 minutes. The gunman exits Building 12 and flees. 14 students and 3 educators were killed. We will. There's another footage of that. I'm going to show you some other angles here, or other release of it. I want you to think of 4 minutes, and I believe it was 8 minutes total, where that coward just sat. Okay? Here's what I want to do. I'm not even going to go 30 seconds, because 30 seconds is too long. I'm going to just do 20 seconds of silence. 20 seconds of not doing anything. 20 seconds. Okay? Now, Rolly says, wasn't he told to stand down? Well, that's part of the thing. We're hearing the sheriff might have told him to stand down, wait. This is why teachers should be able to be armed should they choose. Okay? So again, the video, let's see here. He sat around for several minutes. The video speaks for itself, the sheriff said. After being suspended without pay, Peterson chose to resign immediately and retired rather than to face possible termination. So this guy who sat on his ass, basically, and, by the way, did not pull out his weapon, is not holding his gun. In the video, he's first seen outside roughly a minute after the shooting started. He appears to speak into his radio on his shoulder while rushing off with another man in a golf cart heading to Building 12. Okay. It appears he sat around for about 8 minutes. Let me show you the video again one more time from a different place. And then we're going to show just what seconds, how long seconds are. So let's bring it up here. As it's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning. There we go. And this is facing south. They're coming up in the golf cart, going really fast. Can see him walking. Okay, he's not holding his gun. Former Deputy Scott Peterson remained in the same location until the shooting was over. Until the shooting was over. Okay? So it's about 8 minutes of gunfire going on. I couldn't do it. But let's just be quiet for 20 seconds. Not 8 minutes, not even 30 seconds. 20 seconds to show you how long that is. And I want you to think about gunfire going on. Okay, here we go. 20 seconds. I'm just going to be quiet. Here we go. Ten seconds. $20 seconds is a long friggin' time. I am now going to just continue to do the show, and I'm going to run it for 8 minutes, which is, from what I understand, the approximate amount of time the shooting went on, okay? Approximate amount of time this guy sat there while an active shooter was going on murdering children. Here we go. 8 minutes. Starting now. Okay? William thinks the government was behind it all. William, I'm sorry. You're wrong. That's just silly. And you know what? I really, really, really take offense when people say things like that. I do. Because it makes everybody that's on this channel look stupid. No, the government wasn't behind some idiot kid going in there and shooting up a bunch of children. Okay? I'm sorry. Melody thinks, plan of attack with the FBI. The elites are trying to take our Second Amendment rights away. Melody, I love you. You're very. I do not believe in these conspiracies. I don't. Okay? There are crazy people out there. And the problem is that the left wants to continue to rely on government. We cannot continue to rely on government for everything. They want to rely on government for food, clothing, shelter, jobs, police protection, you name it, health care. They want government to take care of everything. And I'm saying I want less government. What I want is Russian roulette in that school. And the Russian roulette is, you as a shooter, you go into a classroom, you don't know if that teacher has a gun or not. And if you get the wrong classroom, kablooey! And you're done. And the shooting is over. And you don't have to wait for some coward outside with the gun, not pulling the gun, because he's more worried about retirement than he is about our kids. By the way, 8 minutes he sat there, right? It's been 1 minute and 45 seconds so far. Okay? 8 minutes is a long, long ass time. Melody says, how do you know? I'm guessing about the government thing. Now, I'll ask you, if you think this is government, you know what? I believe in freedom of speech. And I want you to be able to say what it is you believe. I'm going to tell you what I think. I'll try not, if I think you're wrong, I'll tell you I think you're wrong. I'm not going to call you stupid. I'm sorry. I apologize. I did that earlier. Rolly says the cop was fired. There are no charges for fearing for your life. No, there are not. But this is why the left's answer of taking away guns and not allowing guns in schools and having gun-free zones, why they are so dangerous. Why the guy that thought up the gun-free zone has blood on his or her hands, and the left that has pushed the gun-free zone in school have blood on their hands. I said it on the day after Columbine. I mean, police can't be there in the first minute. It takes time. Now, I'm not saying every single cop is going to be a coward like that guy was. I'm guessing, though, my daughter when she went to public school, what real winners they had in security there. These are guys that are probably security because they're the ones cops are looking for. Tattoos on their face and the neck, hanging out with kids, walking around, I'm Billy Badass, I'm security guarded to school, I'm going to tell these kids what to do, what they're for. And they're embarrassment. I'm not saying all of them, I'm just saying at my daughter's school. But I got a bad feeling there's a lot of that going around. And I want teachers to be able to have the choice to say, okay, I will take the class and I will take the responsibility. I'll get a couple extra bucks. Hopefully this is free money to the teachers, right? Free money. I'm packing concealed, or I've got a gun safe in the desk that only works on my fingerprints, for example. By the way, 8 minutes. We're now at 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Think of all the talking that I have done, and that was and that was shooting of your children. Saw a guy on Fox News a couple hours ago. Beautiful daughter. That punk-ass kid went and shot her 4 times. She wasn't dead yet. He went around shooting up the place, came back to her and other people and shot her 5 more times. William says a gun is a tool. A gun has never killed anybody. You know, anybody remember the name Clayton Moore? Who was Clayton Moore? A little trivia question. Who is Clayton Moore? As I'm waiting for you guys to answer that, I'm going to continue here. I think it should be free money for some of these teachers to take the class. They have to go through the same background checks. And then they are carrying concealed or in a safe. And if something happens, they are able to protect the students under their watch. What if one teacher had a gun and saved 1 or 2 lives? What if they were able to stop that guy from shooting for 8 minutes, but for 7 or 6? Wouldn't that have made a difference? By the way, in the 8-minute shooting spree, we're at 6 minutes and 16 seconds. That's how long this guy shot. All right. Lathy says Clayton Moore was the Lone Ranger. You are correct, Lathy. Now, here's the deal. Why did I bring up Clayton Moore? He, as the Lone Ranger, and then when it was awful what they did to the guy. He tried to keep up the Lone Ranger persona his whole life because it was so impactful on children. So he never was seen in public without the mask. And then they told him he couldn't be the Lone Ranger, that he had to have a different mask. It was awful. But what he talked about when he was asked about guns, he didn't call it a gun. It was a peacemaker. His gun was the peacemaker. The peacemaker was there to keep the peace. The gun was used to stop bad people from doing bad things. Good people don't do bad things with guns, generally. Right? Nick says it's right. Oh, Lath. Thank you, Lath. I appreciate that. Nick says all it would have taken was one bullet. That's right, just one bullet. All right, the 8-minute shooting spree at the school. That's how long 8 minutes is. We don't often think of short periods of time of how long they are. I do, because in broadcasting, I remember one of the first days that I ever sat in at a radio station, there was 2 seconds of dead air. And I was told that was a lifetime in broadcasting. 2 seconds! Not only is it how precious broadcast time is, but how precious life is and time is. And when you think about it in that way, how much time can be saved if we pay no attention to the liberals' feelings and we do the right thing? We put bullets in the heads of these crazies that go into the schools. We go kaplooey, and we take them out. Not in 8 minutes after they've done all the carnage and run out of bullets, but in 3 minutes, or in 2 minutes, or in 1 minute. How many lives? And then what would happen would it be? Here's what the left would say. Let's say the coward guy actually went and did his job, and he went in there and he shot that kid dead in the head, and he did it with 2 minutes in. The left would go, he was just a little boy. He didn't know what he was doing. He probably wasn't going to shoot that many people anyway. That mean policeman. And what if it was a person of color? And then he said, hands up, don't shoot, but they shot him dead. But see, we're here to be able to tell you, no. He kept going for 8 minutes. Killed 17 people. Gregory's a firearms instructor, would train teachers for free. William says Chicago's a gun-free zone. How's that working out for him? Good point. Fred says they can't kill with no ammo. Sure you can. Knife, bomb, bat, poison. You want ways to kill people? I can go on for a long time. I don't want to, but it can be done. Lath said our 6th grade teacher in 1975 was close with Clayton Moore. Is that right? He would bring him to class to speak with us. Very nice man. He had a Pontiac Trans Am he named Trigger. How cool is that? Carol says lock them out of the school to begin with. Can't get in, can't shoot anyone. You know what, Carol? Not true. My daughter's public school right down the street. As a parent, I cannot get on campus. I can get into the office. I can get buzzed into like the principal's office or the counselor's office. I cannot go anywhere near the classrooms. They've had 3 school shutdowns because of shooters or people with guns on campus. 3 in the 2 years I've lived here. Fortunately, they didn't do anything. They stopped them. But let's say you really want to get in. Shoot the lock. You have a gun. You shoot the lock. Then you get in. And then you have 2,000 people, unarmed, running around, screaming at the top of their lungs. And it's open season. And that said Cain killed Abel with a rock. Very true. Crazy people find a way, says Reese. Yup. I mean, Jack says box cutters and 4 jet planes were used to murder almost 3,000 people. No guns there. Ron said, all you need is armed security. We got money to give other countries, so hold back some and make a lot of jobs. Yeah. Knives have killed 300 times many people than guns. Terry says vehicle. I don't think a vehicle would work very good at a school during school. You would have to do it like on the way out to like the parking lot, but you probably wouldn't get as well. I don't know. My whole point is, I don't want to have more guns. I don't want teachers to be armed. But I live in reality, and reality suggests that what has happened, the gun-free zone thing does not work. Does not work. And we need to do something different. Hey, let's have kids go to school every day like they're going through TSA. I don't want the police to have that kind of, or the government to train my children that it's okay to be searched every single day. So the way to do it is to say enough. You come on campus, you try to kill people, we are going to kill you. And no one's going to feel bad. You know the other thing I would do? I wouldn't release the guy's name. We're going to kill you, and you are going to disappear from the history books forever. See, because they all want to make a name. They all want to know they're going to go out in a blaze of glory. Oh, no. No, we're going to kill you, and we're going to put you in a box. We're going to burn the box, and we're going to dump the ashes in the garbage dump. And no one's going to know it was you. We're not going to sorry for you. We're not going to. We're not going to have time to. Golly jeepers! What was he thinking? What was the pain? What did his daddy do? We don't care. You're dead. We're going to burn your body. You're going to disappear from history. Or is that too mean? Sean says I was an LEO. What's an LEO, Sean? All these letters. To me, that says I was a Leo. You were a Leo? Hey, I'm a Virgo. That must mean something. Sean says, I was an LEO during one of the first multiple school shootings in the country, 1996. No talk then about gun control whatsoever. No glory. We don't care. That's right. Oh, law enforcement officer. Thank you. Why didn't you say I was a cop? That I get. Moses Lake, Washington. Very familiar with it. I grew up in Des Moines, Washington, on the side of the mountains. First school shooting, January 29, 1991. I did not know that. All right, now everybody else knows. I'm sorry I didn't know. I got 50 people going, you're a dummy, Rusty. Oh, I had to go to the doctor today. They think this might be cancer. Look at that. That one. I got one on this side. That might feel cancer. And one on this side. I had a friend go, why you got to wash your face? Looks like you got a booger on your face or something. On this one right here. Oh, no, it's just my little cancer. I'm sure it will be okay. Nah, it's going to be fine. Gonna be fine. No. It's not like, I got real cancer, like people that are really sick. Cop is constable on patrol. I did know that, Sean. I thought it was citizen on patrol. I thought cop meant citizen on patrol. Maybe not. Jesse is in Kerrville, Texas. Jane says, sad that every kid that has killed were from single-parent homes. How about fathers and mothers doing their jobs? I don't think every single one of them weren't. The Columbine kids, I don't think they were from single-parent homes. Do I think there is a correlation with that? Probably. Do I think there's a correlation with the drugs that kids are given? Probably. Rolly says the odd shape is safe. Which one's the odd shape? Hold on. I'll show you both of them. This one first. The booger one. Hold on. Can you see? Right there. Doctor. And then this one. Or maybe I'm just getting old. I'm not sure. But I got to go to another doctor. Have the doctor freeze it off. I will. And that's what she said. Hey, thanks for coming. 2 drink minimum. Jack said, when I lived in Vegas, it's like, Tony, before technology, parents were engaged with parenting, not so much now. It's hard. I've got a daughter that's a junior in high school. She doesn't want to talk to me. She wants to sit and watch Harry Potter on her iPad. Come on out, Carol. Let's talk. I don't want to die. Believe me, I get it. Again, I remember, do I think video games play a part on this? I do. I played video games. I was there at the beginning. I remember the very first one. I was at a Shakey's Pizza Parlor in Burien, Washington. And there was this thing called Pong. And oh, did I like the Pong. And I played Pong. Doot. 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 Doot, doot, doot. It's a pretty good impression, isn't it? Doot. Hold on, do the ball. Doot, doot, doot. I'm sorry. I'm Anyway, so much blame. Video games, parents, brainwashing, teachers, bullying, abuse. What went in? Space Invaders, asteroids. Yes, those came later. And then we got them at home. But the big thing, I'll never forget, there was a big story. There was a new video game in Seattle at the Seattle Center, and it was a big newspaper story. And it was zombies, and you had this car, a steering wheel, and you would drive over the zombies, and then the zombies would turn into, you'd hit them, and they'd turn into a cross or a grave. And the story was, now they're going to turning into humanoids. And once it starts getting into humanoids, then people are going to not respect life as much. And the left, oh, no. It's just a toy. It'll never go beyond zombies, ever. They'll never show real humans getting shot, ever. Yeah, they were wrong with that one, huh? And I know, I hadn't played video games in a long time. I started getting into Madden on my Madden football on my iPad this year. And I still enjoy it. But it does make you feel like you can actually really do it. I mean, my quarterback is Dan Marino. And I've got Herschel Walker as my running back, right? And I got some other guys. And I can throw 85, 90-yard bombs. Hit them every time. And it makes you feel like you could do it. I've had boxing games where you're boxing and stuff, you learn stuff, and you go, I can take on Mike Tyson. I could do it. And I'd last about a half a second with Mike Tyson. And I couldn't throw an 80-yard bomb. I could probably throw a 10-yard bomb, maybe 20. And so when you, and I'm not somebody that grew up, I grew up with video games, but it wasn't there my whole life. So this whole idea that we're going to just say, oh, video games ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Of course they do. How do we fix that? I don't know. And Sean thinks the real problem is 40 years of liberals running our education system. Probably. Corey says, I watch a lot of Westerns, and when they hang the outlaws in the streets, makes me not want to break the law. Jay says, I remember Pong. What a fun time. What fun at the time. Yeah, it was. We're in a different era, and I worry about our future. Does anybody remember Farrell's ice cream? Farrell's ice cream. When I was a kid, Farrell's ice cream was the ultimate party place. You couldn't do better. If you had a kid, and this is so bad, if there was a kid in school you didn't like, but he was going to have his birthday party at Farrell's, oh, you became that kid's friend. Oh yeah, everybody if that was top notch. Farrell's ice cream, and what they did, what was cool about them, it was very loud. It was kind of 1920s themed. They had, a player pianos, and then they'd have this pig trough ice cream. And I don't remember how many scoops it was. Let's say it was like 5 or 6 scoops, and they'd bring it out in a trough, and they would go, okay, ladies and gentlemen, Rusty Humphries is going to try the big piggy. He's going to eat the trough, and if he does, he will get this ribbon. Okay, Rusty, in 3, 2, 1, piggy, 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 piggy. And then you'd eat the ice cream, and everybody would be clapping. Farrell's went out of business. They're starting to come back, and I saw a reality TV show called The Prophet. And this guy takes his own money and helps fix up businesses and then takes a cut of it. And he's trying to refix Farrell's. And there's one across the street from Knott's Berry Farm in L.A. Now, I took my daughter to Farrell's about 8 months ago. I was so excited. I'm finally going to be able to take my daughter to Farrell's. I can't believe it's back. Oh, my gosh. Farrell's is back. It's so incredible. And we walked in, and my daughter couldn't have been any more bored. Could not have cared less. And I'll bet you she, not alone. Now, first of all, they changed some of the stuff in Farrell's. It wasn't as good as it used to be, and the stuff that the Prophet did to it made it worse. That's my opinion. But I realized something. The 1920s music, the people with the loud sirens and the ice cream and laughing and making noise. This generation's all caught up into themselves so much. This generation, I mean the millennial generation and younger, they're so narcissistic because they've been in to the screens for so long that everything bothers them. Noise makes them nervous. The food, if it's not exactly the way they want it to, it makes them nervous. The loudness makes them nervous. It's everything. And then they want the pills so they don't have to feel that way. And what it is, I think, is that you can turn on your phone or your computer, or your laptop. And by the way, almost everything is moved to mobile now. And you can turn the volume down and make it as loud as you want it to be and do what you want it to be. And you can watch what you want to watch when you want to watch it. And I fear for our future. The Marine Corps had a problem with the Marines in combat not firing at the enemy because they were trained to fire at bullseye targets. After much research, they opted for the silhouette target, and the problem was almost completely alleviated. Fight like you train like you fight. Violent video games have taken the stigma out of killing. Gregory says, I bet you don't remember Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Don't you even go there, Greg. Of course I remember Rock'em Sock'em Robots. As a matter of fact, you know what I saw? Have you ever been to Dave & Buster's? They got a life-size Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Now, it's not the quarter for 3 games it used to be. Now it's like $5 a game. Remember, it was a quarter for 3 games when I started. 3 games for a quarter. Then it went down to 2. Then it went down to 1 game for a quarter. Then 50 cents. Now it's $5. Rob says they all of a sudden need safe spaces. It's true. And the world cannot be a safe place all the time. The only way it's going to happen is with more government control of your life, which is what Bernie Sanders is offering and Elizabeth Warren. And there is a chance that they could win an election in our lifetime, because they're going to play up to the fear. What are the 2 most powerful emotions? Pain and pleasure, or fear and happiness. And for most people today in America, fear is the most powerful one. I try to overcome fear. Today's generation just plays in it and they relish in it. And when you've got Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders and the ilk saying, we'll protect you, don't worry, government will take care of you, you don't have anything to worry about, we'll give you free health care, we'll give you free college, we'll give you a free car, we'll make sure you don't have to worry about anything, we got you covered, don't worry, we are your safe space. The Socialist Party is the safe space. That is going to be a very powerful message. And I am trying to train today's conservative politicians how to defeat that, but most don't want to hear what I'm telling them right now. The only message they got out there right now is, I'm going to stand with Trump. Trump's good, and my opponent won't stand with Trump as much as I will, so I'm going to do it. It is a very easily defeatable message. It's not a winner. It's not a winner. All right. One thing that is a winner is if you follow me on the HearMeOut app. Just as the safe spaces in schools are being taken over, and these big social media companies are coming after you and me, especially me and this show. I've gotten some more of my friends involved, and we are asking you to please go and download the Hear Me Out app and follow us. Follow me, Rusty Humphries. Follow Rodney Lee. Follow Rob Carson. Follow a lot of my friends. That way we know if something goes down, if my Facebook page all of a sudden disappears for a day or 2 or a week or a month or whatever, I will be able to communicate with you on the Hear Me Out app. I upload stuff every day. Today I did a personal message to Larry King. Well, Larry King was a big liberal. He was a hero of mine when I was growing up. So listen to that, my message to Larry King. It's kind of funny. All you do, it's free. Go to your app store for Google or iPhone, download it, Hear Me Out app. Find me, Rusty Humphries. And I type my name in weird, so do a hashtag Rusty or Rusty Humphries with no space between Rusty and Humphries. There you'll find me, okay? Let's see. Regina says, we as adults are doing the same thing with the cells. No one knows how to put them down and be human and talk to one another. How do you know if your child has mental issues if you don't talk with them? Well, it's not just that you can't talk with them. They don't want to talk with you. But I didn't want to talk to my parents when I was their age either. Fred says, we love you, my brother from another mother. Love you back, Fred. Jay says, spare the rod, spoil the child. Sean says, I didn't get what I wanted today. Time to go outside and scream at the sky. Rob Roy says, safe spaces are softening our kids and making them weak. Oh, by the way, today they walked out of school. to protest guns. I wonder how many would have walked out if it was to support guns. About the same. Why? Because it was a way to get out of school, dummies. Oh no, the kids are going to walk out of school because they're protesting guns. No, they're walking out of school because they can walk out of school. Give me a break. All right. No show tomorrow because it's Friday, but Monday through Thursday. Although next week, I think I'm only going to be here one day. I got stuff going on in San Diego. I might try to do short shows from San Diego, but I'm not going to be able to do as much. That's it, though. I love you. Please follow me in the Hear Me Out app. Follow me on Facebook, too, and Twitter, and my website, rustylive.com. And very important to find my podcast and download it at Apple Podcast. Any place they got good podcasts, my podcast is there. It's called The Rusty Humphries Rebellion. Please download it, subscribe to it, comment, share the video, let people know that we're out there. And before we go, do me a favor. Lots of thumbs ups and hearts. Thumbs ups and hearts. Thumbs ups and hearts. Share the video. Share the video. Share the video. Let's get some action going on this video before we go so those algorithms know. So those algorithms know to push this video out the way it should be. So please, share the video, comment. I'll read all your comments even after the show's over, okay? Comment, thumb, Facebook. If you haven't typed your name in there, please do it. They'll let us know you're deplorable. That's it. May God bless you, and may God bless America. My name is Rusty Humphries, and this is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. Bye-bye.